Hey, I'm up in here, doing my hair, cleansing it out and, combing it out. And I keep getting this channel message, channel song. Um, I don't care who's wrong or right. I don't want to fight and fuss no more. Um, it's time for us to let it go. That's by Tina Turner. And the reason for this message is because this is a family tie, meaning family is beefing, family, certain family members are tired of, you know, the two-faced, the backstabbing, the lies, the deception, the, you know, pretending that they are not wrong or acting like they didn't do nothing wrong, and the people that really were the victims and all of it, ready to let it go. They don't care who's wrong or right, because right is right and wrong is wrong, and they feel like they rather just walk away from you guys, and find peace and happiness in family ties with family that is distant or whatever, meaning other family members that are in their bloodline but not immediate bloodline, meaning mother and father's kids from sea to sea, United States of America, America indigenous, also, other countries or whatever. A lot of these families are tired of the same old family ties of families not, giving a fuck no more, not holding themselves accountable, not appreciating each other, not um, admitting that they was wrong or whatever, and wasn't appreciative of that kindness, that unconditional love, that fight, that warriorness of sticking by each other's side and not letting too much anger, too much wrongful doings consumed them. And a lot of the family members are tired of it, and they ready to let go of that family tie of just saying, okay, I release you with love and light. I release you from my life. I don't wish no ill will against you. I don't wish no harm against you, but I feel like you put so much obstacles and merry-go-rounds or whatever, round and round, round we go or whatever, of the same old, childish behavior, back and forth, secret animosity, secret jealousy, secret, trying to be, grimy to each other, but then smiling in each other's faces or whatever, and then behind each other's back or behind the scenes doing weird family, dynamics of dysfunction, you know. And certain family members are like, I want to build a different family dynasty of people that are not in my bloodline but is my bloodline, because you are the children of the Most High, you know, of mother and father. So, even if you on the other side of the family tree or whatever, of the other dysfunctional family or whatever, a lot of them are tired of the same old garbage as, oh, I got your back. But do you really got my back? Is basically they tired of that. Being the full front of being there for you, fighting your battles, sticking up for you, but the whole time you up in here being grimy and not reciprocating that same type of atmosphere. So people are just showing a different type of face card of that two-facedness, that okay, I'm only gonna be around you. I only want to love you unconditionally for beneficial things. Like, it's not beneficial when you always got something to say, but you don't hold yourself accountable. So these family members are, you know, ready to let go of those family members with love and light. No ill will, but they don't care who wrong or right, because right is right and wrong is wrong, and they just tired of fighting for something that ain't worth fighting for no more, because yeah, it's too much drama, too much chaos, too much you know not unconditional family ties, unconditional bond, unconditional being there for thy sister, being there for thy brother, being there for thy cousin, niece, nephew, aunt, uncle, grandfather, grandmother, all of that and the above or whatever. A lot of people are just tired of it or whatever. They tired phony balonies. They tired of, people, trying to say they, care about them or want to say that they celebrate them, but secretly they trying to sabotage them. And they ready to just walk away with, with their head held high saying, yes, that it was my bad, it is what it is. I love you, but I just can't be around you no more. I can't make it work no more. I gave you too many chances, and you took them chances, and you just, wiped your ass with them or whatever. Because basically that's what they did, wipe their ass with, certain things. You got to excuse my French, but I'm not a sugarcoater, so I'm going to keep it all the way 100. So they definitely is like, yeah, we don't care who wrong or right, because right is right and wrong is wrong. And, I'd rather just build a new foundation with new family members that really give a damn about each other and really hold each other accountable and have sympathy, empathy, support, have opinions, but not, that ungrateful opinion of, you know, too opinionated, but, not cleaning out their own closets. It's like people always want to clean out your closet, but never cleaning out their closet or whatever, you know. Because I'm also hearing that channel song, I'm Cleaning Out My Closet by Eminem. It's a lot of people saying, I'm cleaning out my closet. Whether you a mom, a dad, a brother, they pretty much, if they felt like they was being neglected or they felt like you didn't love them unconditionally the right way or you mistreated their love, they want to look for that love somewhere else that is going to be appreciative of that love. So they are like basically saying, I want to, start over fresh with a new foundation with someone else, with other family members that appreciate them, love them, and hold each other accountable and celebrate victories and help each other when they downfall and not be up in here, closing the door when they fall or helping them fall and then acting like you coming to, oh, I'm coming to save the day. Nah, this is not Captain America or, what's that other cartoon where he was earth, wind, air, water, fire or whatever. It's like they try to come back in your peripheral to, say, oh, I came and saved the day. No, they didn't save no goddamn day. They was up in here trying to save their own ass. But it's like y'all ready to let go, and I'm hearing those channel songs or whatever by Eminem, cleaning out my closet, I don't mean to make you cry, but I gotta clean out my closet, and ungrateful by, Bootsy Badass, So, basically, you ungrateful. They basically said that y'all didn't appreciate them. Y'all was ungrateful or whatever. And they gave and gave and gave and y'all took. But it wasn't reciprocated back when they needed you to be there at their weakest or at their lowest or at their, only time you wanted to come around was when they was celebrating or when they had that pocket money flow. But the whole time secretly behind the back you was literally stealing from their pockets or blaming other people or whatever and stuff like that. And they saw the real family that really was down for them, and they saw the Bagazy, Fastazy, always up in the business, but always not showing they, cars or their hands, or when they do those dirty deeds upon their hands or whatever. But what's done in the dark always come to the light. So you got to be careful, because you ain't got to be blood to be a true family. Sometimes you got to walk away from that true blood family and find a new blood family, regardless, because it is what it is. You got to find peace and harmony and tranquility along the way. And that's what those people's trying to do. They don't want all that garbage no more. But, But that's all I wanted to say, And that message was, pining at me while I was, cleaning out my head, straightening out these nappy roots, But, yeah, y'all have a good day, So, that's all. That was the channel messages, channel songs, and, you know, don't bite the hand that feeds you, basically, you know. And don't be trying to don't wait till you burn bridges and then try to pretend to try to build those bridges back, and you not building those bridges. You pretending that you building those bridges, but you still up in here, crumbling it and putting more ashes to the flame, like ashes to ashes, dust to dust. So they pretty much want to, blaze that mug up, and they say we ain't rebuilding, we ain't doing no reconstruction, no, fertilizer. Nah, you done dead to they fertilizer. So they want to go around family members that, is healing that fertilized grass that tainted and turned into green. It was green and you turned it to dust, turned it into dud. A dud meaning dirt. Like it's so, you know. So you gotta, take the grain with the salt. It is what it is. You can find happiness and unconditional love and true family ties with somebody else or other family members that appreciate you and be there for you at your lowest, and then don't throw that up in your face when you come up in your highness or whatever, because even in your lowness you still need people, but even in your highest you still want them people to still be 10 toes down, still loyal or whatever, basically, or whatever, and hold each other accountable, because right is right and wrong is wrong, basically. But deuces, y'all. I'm gonna finish this nappy roots. So, that's the root of Tutor. Deuces.